Good afternoon and welcome to RC News. Today we're doing a little special with Mr. RAB himself, Mr. Ren, in his little workshop out the back of his store. We're doing a 1 minute little sesh with him. And
just a 1 minute session, by the way.
Maybe a little bit more. We'll see how we go. Anyway, Ren, how long have you been in this store, mate?
In this particular position, I've been here for just on 8 years, getting close to 8 years, and in business for just on 28 years.
Long time.
Long time.
Very, very long time. Very, very long time, guys. All right, now what sort of stuff do you sell in this store?
Well, apart from what people know me with the RC cars, I also have been heavily involved with RC aircraft, predominantly gliders and aerobatics when I first started. Cars was just a progression because you tend to tinker a lot, not just build and fly. And now playing around with quads, a bit of boating, plastic kits. Don't touch trains, don't touch slot cars. Nope.
That's more than fair enough. They're a little bit more fickle, those things.
Just a tad.
Yeah, just a little bit more. Anyway, now, what sort of car do you race with?
I race the car that I import myself. Blessed their little soul. I race a MTS T2 squared, or MTS squared. It is their own production car, their own design. There's a few features on it that are good, and copies from one of the true, championship-winning chassis on the market, which is the X-Ray T4. The biggest difference between this and, say, one of the normal chassis on the market, like a VBC or an X-Ray otherwise, in the box you have tuning options already included which you can play with to your car heart's content. The biggest difference is these little rods here. They're torque rods on the back of the car. It allows you to tune the car by just changing the rods from either 2.4, 2.6 or 2.8, depending on not where you need more flex, less flex, whether or not you want to lock it up. They also come with a carbon spine, so you can lock up the arse end of the car completely. So if you're running on carpet, run the carbon plate. If you're running on asphalt that's cold, run a 2.4 with only 4 screws there and 2 up here, none in the middle here, and the car's got really nice flex right through the chassis, which gives it a lot more grip on the rear end, especially when you're trying to put a lot of power down from the motors that are available on the market in the 13.5 category, which I run. The whole car's team powers, the servo, the speed controller, the radon speedy, the motor. It is the stuff that I bring in, so I do run it. I like the car. It's something different. It helps help me drive a lot better because there's a lot more options you've got to tune to really make it work. So it's kept me up to scratch of what I've got to learn. And that's it. Yep, it is the chassis that comes pre-assembled out of the box. Just add your electrics. You can change things on it if you wanted to. It's up to you. Everyone's got their own choice. So take it on board as something new, something different. Very, very cheap compared to what's on the market at the moment. So that's an option there for people in club racing to take on board. Parts are readily available, just like all the other brands. It makes no difference. But you choose and pick what you want to do. If you want to go high end, you go high end. If you want to go low end, you go low end. But the car comes with a really good quality alloy carbon for the chassis. The plastics are actually pretty good. A little soft to the dislike of some, but they don't break as easy as what I first thought they would. They are actually quite good plastics. So yeah, there you go. But if you've got a question, ask me or ask him.
All right, there we go. Hey Ren, is this a cheap sort of car for the beginner to get into?
The car is really, really inexpensive to buy, even though it's got packed with features that you normally have to buy as extras on top when you buy, say, a chassis like Yokomo or X-Ray or otherwise. But for someone starting out, it'd be one of the least expensive cars on the market that still gives you good feel, good drivability, without forking out extra $400 realistically if you compare this to, say, an X-Ray. So you can actually get into touring car racing either 21 or 13, and mod as well. We've got a couple of guys running these cars in mod and doing really good. But a package with this is rolling around about the $1,000 mark. That's a decent radio, Futaba radio, Sky RC charger, LiPo battery pack, 21.5 motor or 13, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. decent servo, radon speedy or a hobby wing speedy in the whole package, ready to go. Just chuck it on the track. I'll put it together as well. $1,000. Whereas if you look at, say, something like an X-Ray or a BD7, sorry, a BD8, I should say, you'd be looking at not getting any change out around about, around about $1,500, $1,600 as an absolute rock bottom point where you can actually be confident what you throw on the track would be good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there you go, guys and girls. That's a little bit of a lowdown from Mr. RAB at Mr. RAB Hobbies. Remember, he has a website. Check it out, and you can buy most of your parts from there. Or you come into the store. You got questions? Ask the man himself, and he'll help you out. Okay. Have a good one. Thanks very much, Mr. Wren.
Not a problem, Mr.
And by the way,
you can't shake because you've got the other hand, so I'll do it for you.
Anyway, he's one of my sponsors, so it makes it all good, okay?
Oh.
Have a good day, guys. See ya.
See ya.